Well, in the last episode, we built ourselves this nether hub. Now, between episodes, we have done a bit of work. We have done the west tunnel a little bit. This just goes to our city area, as well as the south tunnel, which, if we go all the way down, will take us to the end portal. We've just put in a little bit of a area there. I've also made the walls and roof of like the side tunnels off the main 4 tunnels sort of match up with where they're going. Also, I have just very quickly, if we go to our city, you will see that once we go through the portal, we come out of our area, but I've moved this building just to be here, because if it was over where we originally had it over here, the portal in the nether side would actually end up being in the west tunnel, like in the way, so I moved it in the overworld just over to there. I also think it works a little better. It's a little more centralized to the city as well. Obviously, it means we've now got to have another build over here instead. But anyway, on here, this is where we've got a couple things. We still need to do a couple things. I did take off the gold farm from it, but I think we can probably tackle definitely the XP farm. I definitely want to do that first up, and maybe also a melon and pumpkin farm potentially if we have some time and I want to do some more builds. So let's head over to the end. I've already got ourselves everything we need for the XP farm over there. We're just gonna do a simple Enderman farm. So I will meet you all in the end. Well, we are now here in the end. You can see in the distance some of the just the edge of the where we've explored. Don't know if you can actually see any of the cities, but maybe right there, I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. I want to do this. Actually, I want to make it in line with the middle of this. So I'm going to dig out this way until we hit the air, I guess. And then we can use our water and lava to go down to the bottom of the world, where we can then bridge out and get a setup going for the farm. So just alright, we're right already here. Let's give ourselves a bit of room either side. So I believe, so we got to do the lava first. I want the column here, so I'm going to put the lava there. So now we've got to just wait for that to go all the way to the bottom of the world. Then we'll put the water down as well, and then we can get rid of the lava and the water, and then we'll have a way down. Okay, if we can see down there, we'll probably better with free cam. You can see the lava has stopped flowing. It's now at the bottom of the world. So if we place our water, we'll get an entire column of cobblestone all the way down to the bottom of the world. We can pick that lava up. We'll leave the water for now because we want to start bridging out with our leaf blocks, just because Enderman cannot spawn on leaves. So gonna have to go down here. Luckily we've got our elytra, so if we do mess this up, we can just fly away. But it shouldn't be too difficult. We just got to place our leaf blocks there. And let's also go, I want to be careful. I don't want to do that. I'm going to have to fix that up once the lava's gone. I'll wait for this lava to go on. We can then take the water and we can begin bridging out in that direction, about 100 odd blocks that way. So let's just wait for the lava to go all the way down, and then we can remove this water. And now all the lava is gone, so we can take our water. We can just go down with it. We'll need to remove some of those blocks that the lava just spawned in a bit just when we were placing the leaves down. So I want to remove that one. That water's going to take its time, isn't it? That's the only really annoying part about this, is just waiting for this water to come down, just so it's not in the way, but should be good. So those can fall into the void. Let's just place these, make sure our pinky's holding shift, and then we want to go out 2 stacks, so 128 blocks away. So we'll just go like this all the way out, and we'll also build up a couple blocks either side. I don't think I've got quite enough leaves to do it 3 wide all the way, but we'll do as much as we can, and then we can actually get a start on the actual Enderman farm. So let's just keep going out this way. Well, now that we've got the platform itself almost done, obviously there's a bit over a stack of leaves there. I know there are some more here, but we're going to just go out a little more just to be safe. We'll go out a little more just so no Endermen are spawning on the main island. So let's get a start on building the Enderman farm. Well, as you can see, the Enderman farm is almost done. We just got to get our Endermite. So we've got all of these Ender Pearls, and we'll want to grab these rails as well. So hopefully we can get an Endermite with these pearls. If not, we're in the end, there are plenty of Endermen we can dispose of if we aren't able to get one in a couple attempts. So let's set up a area up here where we can try our best to get one. So we want to build ourselves up a bit of a wall, so that should be enough. Let's get the rails down. Oh, we can't put one on there. I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense. Anyway, let's now just keep trying, and hopefully, eventually, we will get an Endermite. So I'm just going to keep on trying. Well, the Enderman XP farm is done. Now, as of recording, I've actually finished this episode. However, in editing, I realized that this particular clip where I showed off this farm working for whatever reason didn't pick up my mic audio. So trying to do it again. But this is a design by myself. Basically, just very simply, we've got the Endermite up here, which will attract all of the Endermen. And then I did a bit of just some redstone back here that allows me to turn it on. So I'm going to quickly turn down hostile mobs just so it's not as loud. And then we can sit here, swipe away. We've got an enchanting table for when we want to do enchanting. And then when we're done with it, we can just flick it off, and then all the Endermen will just start falling down again. I think they can teleport here, so I will have to extend this carpet out a little more. But yeah, that's this farm done. Now I'll go back to Past Me, where we'll be in the overworld to finish off the rest of this episode. Well, we're back here in the overworld. I've got to start on the digging, just a little bit of an outline. I haven't gone all the way around. So we've got that done. I've also gathered everything we need in these shulker boxes to actually build the thing. So let's start digging this out, and then we can build the farm. Well, our pumpkin and melon farm is done. We just have to wait for the crops to actually grow. I think that one might be close to done. So that's good. So it'll be a little while. We've got the minecart going, so I'm going to find ourselves a safe place where we can AFK for a bit, and hopefully this gives us some of its products. Well, we've been AFK for a little bit. As you can see, we've got a couple stacks of pumpkins and a bunch of melon slices. And luckily, our minecart, wherever it is, isn't quite filling up. I think it's getting to about the third slot in one pass through, which I was worried about with the melons, but it's working quite nicely for us. So I haven't added a way to turn it off, and I don't even know if it's possible, just because I don't think I can get a redstone signal like out to say like this block here. Maybe if there's a repeater here, it might reach. That's something I'm gonna have to test in a creative world. But if we head on out this way, we'll just go around like this. We've got a couple things we want to do above ground. Obviously, we've got these builds, which we can probably get in, as well as a build there to replace where our portal once was, because we've now moved it over there. But next, I think I want to actually add a couple paths to this area, get a start on our sort of bit of a park area just around the river, like what we've got over here. We'll have like some custom trees and foliage and stuff. So let's get busy with building. We've got everything we need in here. So without any further ado, let's get it done. Well, you can see that we've got the paths done here. We've got a couple ways on, so we've got one there, and then one there, and then one also over there. And you can sort of get a good idea of how they connect up. So we've got a path that'll go along the edge of the river. I think I'll probably have that one keep going along the edge of the river for a little bit, as well as a couple side paths that like connect from the main road to each other. So just gets a bit of an idea of what we want going on. We'll do what we did over here with a bunch of custom trees, maybe even a couple ponds potentially, and some boulders, as well as hiding, like using glow lichen and stuff. Can I find any glow lichen I used here? I don't think I used much. Yeah, this is what I did. I used glow lichen and then carpet, so we'll probably do that. Whoops. Well, let's go and fix that quickly. But we'll do that sort of trick where we'll just use something like glow lichen, because it doesn't give off too much light, so it's not going to be really obvious, but it gives off enough that we don't need to like spam it. So we'll get anyway, I also want to deal with this build here as well as those builds over there. So all the decoration stuff over here we'll do in a future episode. I don't think we'll do it next episode, maybe the episode after potentially, but we'll get this build all built up. We'll also fix what we broke over there. We'll get this built up, and then we can also begin work over there. Well, we've finished this small little house here. If we go inside, it has got a full interior. Got ourselves our little stove here, a bed. We'll probably end up putting a villager in here, I'm thinking more likely a farmer than a butcher, just because that'll give us the melon and pumpkin trade, which will allow us to make use of our farm we built at the start of this episode. We've also got a couple paintings. It's lit up. If we free cam to the attic, you can also see it's lit up there, so no mobs can spawn there. Oops, let's get out of here. But yeah, it's filled in that spot that our portal was at very nicely. And I think we'll probably want in the future just one more build right here. And then we can do a bit of decorating like we did with this block over here back in like episode 9, I think it was, which is, I think, 10 episodes ago, roughly, give or take. But now if we head over here, we've got a bunch of builds. How many actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different builds to deal with, which is going to be a bit of work, but that's going to be fun enough to do. So let's gather the resources and then jump right into a time lapse. Well, we've now got all these builds in. Now, none of them have any sort of interior. Same as most of these builds, except for the iron shop, which goes down to the iron farm. But at the very least, it's filled out the street quite nicely. And it's not, the street's not fully done. Like, there's still some decoration and stuff, but just makes it seem more lived in. And we can hear the cat. I think early in the time lapse, there was actually a cat that somehow managed to get onto the roof area. I don't know where it's gone. It might have wandered off and despawned or something. Because I'm pretty sure cats do despawn if you don't tame them, at least from what I've come across. But I think this view is probably not as good, just because you can clearly see where it stops. But from this end over here, it really does look nice because you do see the end of the street. Like, I think here's probably slightly better. Like, there's a couple houses. We also got to replace those torches with lanterns and stuff, or the lampposts. I think we should probably put some lanterns on the other side of the street, because we've got them on the builds we built a couple episodes ago, but I haven't put any on, so we should have a stack of lanterns. That'll be more than enough. So let's just quickly go over here and place them in where I think they would make the most sense, I guess. Let's see, not every build needs lanterns. Some of these builds just feel off-center just because, like, this connection here just doesn't look quite right, but there's not much I can do about it. So let's also put one there and there. Skip this one. Put some there. Now this one is a bit more of like the houses we've got over there. I don't know if I like it too much, but I'm not going to move it anyway, so it's staying where it is. Let's bring that in one more. And these ones are the easiest ones when they just jut out, and some more there. So we've got some light. Do I need that torch? Yeah, but let's just move it back a little bit. But this street's coming together very nicely. So that's going to do us for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends and family. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.